Good, good. Okay, as I was just complaining, uh, it's been quite the day and quite the evening trying to get everything up and running. It's been a trick. Skits was very helpful getting me going. With the update of Windows, I had to rebuild everything. I had to get all the different settings back up and the images and reinstall everything. And that did some damage to the settings and the arrangement of everything, but we got there. Okay, so how are you doing tonight, Cinder? Hope you are doing quite well. Now, better check one thing in the settings because it's kind of important. Okay. See if that seems to be alright. That's good. Okay. Better than last week. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you're better than last week. I'm glad you're doing better. But as for tonight, which I've started a minute early, but here that's what happens. As for the whale shark is basically forward heavy. He keeps flipping over. But yes. Anyway, we'll start all that again. Hi, hello, Cinder. Welcome to tonight's hobby chat. It's tonight we're putting more paint on things. Tonight I'm going to be working or continuing to work on the whale shark, the mighty whale shark, the happy whale shark, and the sky lobster as well. I'll be working on these two guys. These two, sorry, the ladies, the ship's aircraft are ladies. Work on them tonight, and some tiny little ones. I'm working little baby bombers. So that should go okay. I think I might start there. I might start on the little ones and we'll go from there. Hey, Silence. How you doing, mate? Yeah, you like them? Good. I'm glad you think they're looking good. Yeah, they're coming along quite nicely. Now, I figured out premium painting point is here. I've been actually tossing up whether or not having an additional camera at some stage, just for a real close-up camera that I can activate if I wanted to give an extreme close-up of things. I think that wouldn't be too bad. There we go. Yeah, getting a proper close-up that doesn't screw with everything might be good. I could literally have like a new, let's see, where am I? Where's my finger? Here we go. I could have an extra pop-up come up here, or say up in this corner, if I switched over to the extreme close-up cam. That might be nice. Because at the moment, pushing these up in front of the camera, that just all it does is funky things with the focus and doesn't really work. So I'm looking into that idea. Well, slow-mo replays. You know what? I'm pretty sure it's possible because you can do that for people who Twitch stream their games. So you could probably get slow-mo replays. Yeah, thanks, Skits. Of course, you turn up for that. That's magnificent. And thanks again to Skits for helping me get all my settings right and make sure the frame rate's going to be okay and nothing's going to explode. There we go. And how are you doing this week, Silence? Hopefully you are also having a good week. You mostly just rubber ducked. I'm trying to think. I think you might just mean talk to yourself until you get your answers. That's what rubber ducking means to me, Skits. But I'm not sure what you mean. Although I now want to do up one of these aircraft as a giant duck, like paint it up like an aqueduct, but get a whole duck motif going on. People are bad for my concentration levels. Oh, well, happy to be providing one such night, or entertainment for one such night. Yes, my pleasure, sir. Coffee. Gonna need that. Alrighty, so that's the little guys getting sorted. Actually, I've also been painting some. Oh, tonight, right? That's what you meant, skits. You were the rubber duck for me. That's very true. I don't know if yes, you were the rubber duck, the most excellent rubber duck there, skits. If you're wondering what that's all about, silence. I think I've explained it to Pidgey once, but to rubber duck something is to you do, skits. That's terrifying. But anyway, to rubber duck something is when you take a thing and you talk to it and you explain the problem to the rubber duck, the thing that's in your hand or in front of you, and as you're explaining it to someone who doesn't know what, or you're explaining it in such a way that anyone could understand it, you often will figure out the answer to your own question. Programmers use it a lot, mainly used by programmers and animators when they were trying to explain or figure out what was going on. And then you throw, and yes, skits, you can yeet said rubber duck across room once you've had enough of all this. But yeah, it's quite a bit of fun and highly effective. Okay, I think we'll do some dry brushing tonight, though. I think we're going to get some dry brushing done on the Lobsta. It should only be moderately disastrous. Alright, my actual other red is over there on the other side of the room. You've actually knitted ducks to talk to. That's awesome. I've got a knitted Goomba from Mario Brothers around here somewhere that I used to talk to. We can't find it anymore. I think it's had enough of me. It ran away. But I'm glad that you've knitted your own duck for conversational purposes. Excellent work. Alright. I was thinking of hitting with the dark red at first to bring it out, but if I just go straight in with the highlight dry brush, that might save me some time. And my other paints all the way over there. Okay, Mr. Xenomorph is in the house. Good evening, sir. And yes, it is a big problem if you get the Council of Ducks. Once you arrange out the council, I may have arranged a large collection of my desktop toys once to have a conference and to figure out, literally argue with myself different points of view. It was unusual, and I think I am possibly insane, but that worked okay. I got an answer, by the way. Not from the council, thankfully. None of the toys talked back. That's when you know things are going wrong. You ended up... Okay, so Cindy, you ended up talking to the duck about the fact that you got your duck wrong. That's duckception, I believe. Okay, where was I going with this before we got ambushed? Yeah, okay. Straight to the highlight color, or shall I lightly brush over the base? No, I'll just go straight to highlight. Yep, that's very loud. I'm going to put them somewhere else. They can live over there. Alrighty. Ugh. Well, that didn't work. That's very fluid. What's going on there? Alright, we'll try that again. Let's see if we can get some life out of this paint. Sometimes alright, that's far too much. Sometimes the paints will just be all dry and gluggy, and other times they just seem to be almost like a pointless water. There's nothing to them. Yeah, stands out alright. Let's get red. Let's get red. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to attempt to dry brush the mighty lobster, the sky lobster, and hopefully not completely wreck it. That'd be nice if I didn't completely stuff this up. Alrighty, where's the best viewpoint for everyone? About there. Ah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that looks alright. The biggest trouble, of course, of dry brushing like this is you have to go back and touch everything else up afterwards. But at the same time, that's just life. And it does give me an opportunity to rethink some coloration approaches. Sometimes. Other times just to complete stuff up and have to start again. That's also a hazard of the hobby. Be an absolute shame to stuff up the great and mighty lobster. So I would be quite upset actually. That's not fairly. I'd be rather miffed. Okay, I don't know if you can see much different. The difference is subtle in many ways, but I think it's effective. Yeah, where's me light? There we are. Oh, it is a bit brighter. It does stand out. It stands out a lot more. I wish I had a good enough camera to give true colors to you guys. It does look a lot better. I looked into the prices of cameras like that. Oh, that's prohibitive. You want to be making money out of this hobby to think about investing in that good stuff. I mentioned no correction. What I want is a job that pays me well enough that I could be able to consider that as disposable income. That's what I want. Mostly just need really good lighting. Yeah, I actually am going to have to look into an LED rig, little halo grouping, to really bring everything else out. A proper LED rig, I think, would make everything look particularly nice. Plus, that's what a lot of the professional painters do. I might put together a light arch that does seem to do the job, although it does make whites just glow. I have noticed that if you're working with whites skits, we have to take your word for it in a lot of ways. So I have to be careful with how I apply it. And yep, that's my elbow going in my paint. That's good. Got to be a little careful there. Those zigzag lines are going to get quite lost. It'll take a bit of work to go and get them back, but that's okay. You know, if I can make it my job, Cinder, I would be streaming 6 days a week. That'd be nice. That'd be very, very. That'd be cool. I think I'd enjoy that. Yeah. If that was my job to just stream, paid employment, that'd be quite excellent. Unlikely, but it would be excellent. So, what's everyone else been doing? Hit me with it. Talk to me, people. Tell me things. I am talkative enough. Yeah, I do chat a lot. But what's Mr. Xenomorph been doing? What's What's Silence been up to? What's happening out there? Is everyone keeping safe and healthy? That's the other question, I suppose. I would like maths, and more maths from Silence. Modeling of the math. Oh, as in, is this like percentages? Is it percentage based modeling? Is it a random sort of thing? Is it a statistical modeling? Oh, okay, Skits is painting Steelers. Oh, I like them. They are very cool. And EFE is, end of year financial. So that means you're either dealing with tax work, and you're either doing the taxes, Mr. Xenomorph, or you're dealing with the public. I'm not sure which would be worse. I think the public would be much worse. Alright, that's coming along quite red. Machine learning in 3D. Whoa, alright. That's not looking too bad. That's looking brighter red anyway. It's looking a more vibrant red. I don't know if I want to make it too much brighter. I like the idea of it being a bit of a grotty, dirty looking aircraft. Public taxes. Alright, let's have a look at this. Now, I'm going to jump in and try some orange. Oh! An ice world scheme for the NIDS, for Steelers. That's very... I've seen a couple of people do Ice World Steelers. One was run really well. The other one, they looked blue and blue. That was just blue. That wasn't really well done. If it wasn't for the snow, and poorly done at that, snow base, you wouldn't really think of them as being from an ice world. I don't know, they just looked weird. Okay, Xenomorph is evil, but he's not accountant evil. Okay. Well, that doesn't narrow down the list of places that I know you from. I thought I had a lock on you just then, but now I don't. Alright, back to the drawing board on that one. Now, let's see. For the orange, I go in and... I'm kind of more scratching in the orange on this second pass. Mainly because I want to keep some of the discoloration from the dry brushing. Just because I like the slightly discolored look. So something Skits tried a few times and then she hated it, and I think she stopped doing it, this scratchy style of painting, just for weathering effects, and then she moved on to doing it much, much better. I never got past this stage, so I'm sorry, Skits. Well, you could give me 2 words, Mrs. Animal. It depends if you want to ruin the surprise that fast. Depends if you want to ruin it that quickly, but that's up to you. It does give me something to think about. No, it was an experiment you tried. You tried trying to do basically scratch weathering, where it's not exact, and it's not a thick coat, so you end up with this sort of haphazard mix of the new paint and the old paint. What really makes it work, what really makes it work though, is when you then come back and highlight it again with a much stronger paint, and so it kind of it actually gives it more depth again. It's quite effective on certain models. When I tried it on my Marines, they just looked unfinished, so that was a bit average. That was a poor effort. Now, well, let's see. Oh, as for entertainment news, My wife and I just finished watching season 16 of NCIS, the main one. So we're all up to date with anything you can buy off the shelf at the moment. I'm resisting the urge to stream it and check it out, or torrent the rest of it. I'm enjoying just watching it with her at the moment. So, alright, that's not looking terrible. The orange does stand out just enough. I'll finish doing orange on this side as well, and then I'll highlight them and see if they look any better at that point. There we go. Sitting funny. That was starting to hurt. That's better. Yeah. So, watching NCIS, all up to date. Season 16, as I was saying, that's been very interesting. Watching Gibbs's story arc for this season. He's usually in the main story arc somewhere, but this time it was particularly revealing for him and quite painful, that storyline in many ways, which is always good. It's always best to put your main character through some pain, because people enjoy empathizing and feeling bad for them. It's like a good book character, actually. And there's always those characters in books that get a bit of a flogging on the emotional level, and it's always a good read. Never good for them, but always a good read for you. On that note, has anyone started reading or rereading a series of late? I'm thinking about restarting the David Gemmell series again, Waylander, or getting into Eddings once more. Keep going back to David Eddings. Keep going back to the Belgariad or the Malorian or the Sparhawk stories. They're just such a good read. Oh, Rigbim 10 or Rigby. Rigby M10 perhaps. Hey, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Well, I'm glad you could stop by. Yeah, how am I doing? I'm doing good tonight. Oh, hello, Jenna. Oh, yeah, keep talking. All right. My wife has wandered out to see what I'm doing. That's you can just see her dressing gown just there. Anyway, yeah, I'm doing quite well, Rigby. I am working on some Aeronautica models. We have a heavy bomber and a grot bomber from Aeronautica Imperialis, the Orky side, obviously. Everyone says Skits and Cinderpidgey say hello, Joanna. Hello. And Joe says hi back. Oh, Collapsing In by John Scalzi. I'll have to look that up later. But sorry, yeah. So they've named the viewers of the channel have named this one the Sky Lobster. They helped me choose the color selection, and this one is a this one is known as the whale shark because blue on the top, bit of a that greeny undercut, and we've gone with it with the shark face, but we've decided. Oh wow! Thank you, Rigby, follower, brilliant. That's always very exciting. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's never stops being cool. But yeah, we've decided to go with the happy shark face because it's just funnier. This great big happy orky bomber thundering through the sky, causing death and destruction, and launching little tiny baby grot bombs behind it. Self-pilot. Where's the camera point? There it is. Little self-piloting grot bombs. So, kamikaze grots. That's the idea of that. So, yeah. Here we are. And I'm trying to come up with interesting things to say, trying to be entertaining while while I paint tiny little details that barely anyone can see. But I do love these minis. Now, get these up a little closer for you. Do love these things. The detail, come on, let's get into, there we are. The detail is fantastic on these things. Just love them. Such good value. But yeah, so now I'm just putting some orange back into sections of these. I got distracted talking to you, and I've just put way too much orange in one particular spot. But hey, that's what happens. You know, it's my own fault. In fact, that's getting very rubbishy. What's going on with that paint? Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, actually, no, it's not made out of clay. It's a plastic mini kit. Actually, hey Joe, do us a favor, sweetie. Over on the back of the box, back of the the back of the table over there, there should be a little minis box. It should have a picture of looks like a really badly designed fighter jet on a fighter bomber on the front. Could you bring it over? I need to demonstrate where these have come from. Yeah, that's it, darling. Thank you. Thanks, hon. Okay, courtesy of my incredibly attractive assistant here, Rigby. So, these come from one of these Games Workshop kits. Whoop, and bits have just fallen out already. And they turn up, and you build them from plastic kits, just like any other model aircraft. You've got a whole bunch of different options and sections in this one. This one's got a lot of leftover bits because I never got around to building the second one. I got too caught up in making and painting this one last time. But yeah, it's good fun. It's not the cheapest hobby in the world. It's slightly less expensive than cocaine, from what I understand. So, and slightly more healthy as well. But it's fun and entertaining. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm just whacking on trying to pull out the orange sections again. I think the orange little spikes next to the exhaust are going to look particularly good. And I'll do some on the front. I think. I don't know, you don't sniff the glue skits. You accidentally eat it or you set it on fire sometimes, but you don't sniff it. It's too expensive. I think I'll put some orange on this front turbine cover as well, actually. Yeah. Spread that out a bit. Sorry, I just gotta hold my breath a little bit. I don't particularly want to mess that up. Alright. The chalk is here. And it could be said that Sniff the Glue is only using it is the only way to get 100% of its value. Yes, well, you could say that, Chalk. I suppose that is very true. Good evening, Chalk. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you very much for swinging by. Your gracing us with your presence is always appreciated, sir. Also, now that we've got Chalk and Skits on the same channel, might as well mention that I'm thinking that we'll chat in the Facebook group, but possibly this Saturday for our next major game, if everyone's available. And I'd like to make it face-to-face, if we can. Anyway, yeah, thanks for validating her, Chalk. That's great. We're encouraging her. That's the best. Kind of. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. That That's looking okay. I'm going to call that officially okay. Not going to call it great yet. Not even going to call it good yet, but it's okay. Orange. Chalk's helping. However, this gives me another further quandary. I was starting to wonder if the chalk was actually Mr. Xenomorph, but turns out no, unless you're going to done a multi-account, at which point, well played, but also that's silly. So, alright. Is this the dead orange? I need to figure out. Yeah, it's fairly deceased, not looking orange there. And that's also very deceased. In fact, that's more deceased. Oh no, look. Huh. I thought that was actually dried and very dead, but no, it's just gloopy. And now everywhere. It's great. Swing and a miss. Thank you, Mr. Xenomorph. Damn it. Oh well. I may or may not ever figure this out. I am enjoying the guesswork, I must admit. Alright. Anyway. Let's try some brighter orange highlights. I wonder if it's even going to show. Ah, that's far too... There we go, that's better. The old smudge maneuver when you put too much paint on and it hasn't quite dried yet, just give it a smudge. It's a great technical application. I don't even know if that's visible to anyone. No, that probably won't show up at all to anyone other than myself at the moment. The color differentiate. The difference is too subtle, I think, for the camera. Which is a bit of that's a bit of a shame because it does look quite nice. How many these planes I got? I've got a lot. I've got a lot of these Orc planes to paint. I've got every Orky plane that's available in the Aeronautica set currently. I've got I don't have all of the Imperial ones anymore because they just released a new wave. But I will have them eventually. But all up, I think I've got, let's see, I've got 9 little jet fighters, 6, that's 9 jet fighters, 6 fighter bombers, 2 of these. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 19. I have 19 Orky jets. There we go. 19 little Orky jets, which basically allows me to field everything that's in the card box. You get a little box with cards of all your different aircraft. And so my limit is, I limit myself to, if I can field everything that's in the box, that's it, the card box. So if there's only 2 of something in the card box, I only get 2 of something. I make sure I've got enough cards for whatever I collect. It's a nice little way of limiting how much I collect of these, because the temptation to get many is very strong. These are very, very nice minis. I'm not even sure if I like this, what I've done here, but that's that moment of, am I happy with it? And the answer is, I don't think so. Can be a bit frustrating. The orange does pop out a bit, doesn't it? It doesn't look absolutely horrid. Alright, I'll keep going with that for now. But it does bring up, since I'm about to come to the end of my selection available to build, and whilst painting is fun and I really enjoy painting, it's not exactly the most thrilling spectator sport, whereas building things can be a bit more entertaining. So I'm wondering what my next build's going to be. Now I do have some Titans I can build. I can have you lot help me misdesign some Titans. I was also tossing up grabbing a box of Orky Boys and building the ground crew for these fighters. So that's another option for building. That's far too much paint there. Let's smudge that. Good. So there's a couple of possibles. Orky Boys or some Titans. This scale, of course. I'm not getting huge Titans. That's a little insane, even for me. I mean, I'd like them, but I just don't have the skills to paint them. See, now if I had the money to buy an actual 40k scale Titan, I could, go and then hire someone else to paint them for me. That's what I'd probably end up doing if I could get one of those. The whale shark is a bit of a work of art. That was kind of amazing. I don't know if you were here for that one, Chalk, and Rigby. What was happening here is you notice that these wings look interesting. They're forward facing, but they're actually meant to go the other way around. They're meant to look like these style of wings. They're meant to sweep backwards, not sweep forwards. But, it was decided that we might as well make them all sweep forward just for dramatic effect. And so that's what I did. The Council of Ducks voted, and that's what we've ended up with, the forward-facing, the swing wing effect. And and it's also their input that gave us the happy face. Happy face shark. So the Council of Ducks, which they are now known as, has proven to be quite effective. They also encouraged me to do the pattern for the Lobsta. Encouraged me to do pretty much all of my little misadventures here so far. So the council has great power, and they do not use it wisely. They use it to influence my decision making. Yeah, I think we need some custom chat emotes, little duckies. I have no idea how to do that. I will look into it though, or my mod can look into it, but my mod is also highly busy. Someone will look into duck emotes for this channel. I think that is important, and you shall ever be known as. I need to be an affiliate. Well, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Oh well. Anyway, but you are now going to be known as the Council of Ducks. I was wondering what I was going to call my chat group, but I like this. I know Skits has the bits box, and now I have the Council of Ducks. I like it. Quack, yes. Right, thank you for that, Mr. Xenomorph. Sorry about the bark into the in the mic. Hopefully that wasn't too loud, but I wasn't expecting to see that. The quack attack. Quack attack, I think, is what happens when we raid other people. The Council of Ducks is what you are. Search your feelings. You know this to be true. 50 followers, 3 minimum viewers, 7 unique streams per day in a month. Well, per day in a month? 7 view stream days in a month. At the moment I'm doing 4. I'd have to do more streaming if I wanted to become an affiliate. Twice a week. I will consider this. I will discuss this with the chief duck, my wife. Because if she feels neglected, then it's not worth doing this at all. I mean, I like y'all, but I married her. So. Oh, hey, hon. How you doing? You heard that? You happy with that? Right. The chief duck approves. I'm fairly happy. Oh, approves of my decision-making process, actually. I'm feeling very, very good about that. Yes. Anyway, while I'm still in the good books, we're going to move along. Wow, look at that shadowing. It's kind of like very dramatic. I could... Oh, nothing I can really do about that, so you just have to deal with that. Okay, that's the red side and the bright orange side, and I'm not entirely happy. I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with it. But if I wanted to dull that orange down, what would I do? Hit it with a wash, probably. Yeah, hit it with a sepia wash to take some of the edge off that. Or a back on the darker orange, maybe. But anyway, sorry. Backtracking a fair way, I was talking about books and whether or not people have started reading them again. And I need to have more time to read books, I think. I don't read enough of my books. I don't get back into my reading anywhere near as much as I'd like to. I've got The Art of War on audiobook. That's good. Audiobooks are different, I think. Audiobooks are also very good, but they seem to have a different feel to them. You know, it's you're listening, you're not reading, and well, it does different things to my imagination. Anyway, if I'm listening, I get a different visual presentation in my head than when I'm actually reading. Don't know why. Okay, well, that's that half. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna work on the other half of the lobster for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna switch over to the whale shark. The reader adds context you may not have. That's true. Having it read to you, you get different context, and I think I also but if I'm reading, I've got how they sound in my head, or already. Whereas if it's being read to you, you get someone else's voice. So I think that's that's one of the disconnects for me is, and I've just realised because I'm a muppet that in doing the dry brushing second, I think I said this back when I was originally painting this, doing all the tiger, the shark teeth effect was cool to test out, but I shouldn't have done it until I'd done me dry brushing, and that is why it's pretty much completely obscured now. I do have a really wickedly nice fade up the middle. That's a really good fade effect. But that is not what the Council of Ducks had decreed, so I'm going to have to go back in there and try to do the shark teeth zipper effect again once I finish my dry brushing. Long story short, this model is going to take me so much longer than any other almost any other model that I've painted in a very long time. A lot of back and forth. I just going to look really good, so that's okay. But That fade doesn't look too... Like I said, the fade looks quite nifty. If the fade was what I was going for, I'd be really happy with that. But it is not. It is not. Whilst undoubtedly looks nice, it is not what was requested. Alrighty, coming along. Okay, so let's put some of the brighter yellow back in. Yeah, but I promised, and you know, I should try to uphold what I said I would do, shouldn't I? Because what's the point of asking everyone's opinion and making such a big deal out of it if I don't follow it up? And then I'm just some other random guy on YouTube just making noise. So there's not much point in that. Oop. Okay. That it's coming along quite well, actually. Yeah, rather pleased with that. Apart from that bloody orange. That orange is just so standout. Oh well. Can't be helped. That's just the way it is. Now, let's try a little something here. This is probably a really bad idea, but we're going to try it. Flash gets yellow. Ugh. A very strong color. A very fluid color. Not a very easy to control color. But let's see. Oh, that's so damn bright. Some light dry brush highlighting. So this is going to hurt to watch probably, people. I'm very sorry about this one. But hey, here we go. Here we go. Let's try some light, gentle dry brushing in some areas with this very strong and kind of hard to control yellow. Yeah. Alright, that's not sucking. Ooh, I think it might be working. Oh, yes it is. I think that might work. Oh, mate, I was worried about that. So very worried about that. You know those colors that you just know if you overdo it, it's just gonna ruin everything. And it's such a bugger of a color to use, because it's usually so thin, it doesn't generally dry brush well. It just generally does whatever it feels like, which is usually splodge. Anyone who's dry brushed, and you dry brush, and then splodge this great big blob of solid color that then smears. Doesn't dry brush, it smears. And say, oh great, right there in the detail, and to go back and fix it is going to make a mess, and it takes forever. Yeah, well, this particular yellow is the splodge queen. It is the absolute royalty of screwing up your paint scheme by accident. Obviously, it's the user that screws up. In this case, usually quite often me. But it just is it's got such a track record for doing that. But that is really yellow now. That's a good color. It's got this flame effect up the guts, which looks totally nifty. But that's just tough because it's the zipper. The zipper teeth is going to be the best bit. But yeah, that's very yellow, and actually helps the red pop as well. That's very nice. Quite happy with that. It worked. That's right. On camera. I got Flash Gets Yellow to work. Achievement for me. Not much of an achievement for anyone else, I'm sure. But an achievement for me. Yeah. Hey, Joe. That worked.
What worked?
The paint It worked. Really difficult paint worked.
Wow.
Thank you, honey. Okay. Alright. How much time? Alright, another 9 minutes on this model. Okay. We'll jump across in a minute, but for now... Oh, thank you very much, Xenomorph. You think it's popping nicely? I'm very happy with that. And I got thumbs up and a high five from Skits. Got to be careful with thumbs up high fiving. You could break something. You could break a thumb doing that. But yes. Thank you, Skits. Thank you, everyone who encouraged me to even attempt any of this madness. And while I'm on the matter of thanks, I'd also like to thank those of you who follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel, Murray's Movie Talk, because I recently hit 100 subscribers. I'm now 108, which was amazing. That was so cool. But yeah, 108 subscribers now, and a bit over 100 videos as well. So that was very cool. It was an exciting nerd moment. I was very, very pleased. Got lots of love on Facebook, which was great. So thank you everyone who made that a possibility. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have down below this... Whoa, did you see that? That was a really bright flash, or those look like in my peripherals. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, down below on this page, there should be some information about it and a link. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go have a look. That'll be really appreciated. And that's it for me spamming my stuff. Oh, thank you, Skits. Yes, it was very, very cool. Cool thing. Anyway, back to this orange. I think it's working. Again. However, I think I'm going to probably leave it at... I don't know if I want to use the really bright orange again. Makes me sad, that bright orange. It just doesn't seem to be translating the way I'd hoped it would. I may actually be painting over the other bright orange as well, just because it jumps out too much. It actually looks out of place. It's so orange. Mind you, it's an ugly color anyway. I think it's a discontinued color, probably for a very good reason. It's almost fluoro. I mean, I'm enjoying the extreme color scheme, but I don't want to look like an 80s throwback either. That's just not on. It's not acceptable. Okay. All right. Okay, am I going mad? Is it? No, I just saw it. I just saw the white flash there. I don't know why it does that. Why do we be doing that? Might be a connection error. Oh, I'm just going mad, hun? Thanks, darling. Oh, no, there is a flicker, yeah. I don't know why there's a flicker. Why is there... I don't know why there's a flicker. I don't know why there would be a flicker. It's almost like a connection issue? Tech gremlins. Yeah, the gremlins are in there. I wish you all could hear Joanna at the moment. She's over there behind the other monitor on her side, making gremlin sounds at me, which is very cute. Alrighty. Okay, a little bit more orange. Okay, so quick question for the Council of Ducks. Do I continue on with painting the sky lobster? Head towards a bit more finished product, or shall I jump across to the whale shark now? Because it is pretty much time for a change up. So please confer, Council. Advise me. Ah, that's 2 for the whale shark. I love the fact that we're actually at one stage going to try to go with names like Barracuda and other very cool and scary names. We've just ended up with Whale Shark and Happy Shark. 3 for Shark. That sounds like a winning vote. Alright, well, I'll jump across to the shark in a second then. Alrighty, that is not terrible. It's actually, I'm going to upgrade that to looking pretty good. Apart from that awful orange on the other side, which is going to bug me for at least a week, because I won't, or if not more, because I won't be able to get, as promised, I do not work on this, on these models, particularly these two, unless it's on camera. So, alrighty, a little bit more orange up here. And I think the lobster is done for tonight. Sorry about that, I won't sing again, but I really should have tried to get the free, royalty-free, non-copyright, blah blah blah, music up and running, but I just ran out of time. As Skits can attest, before, about half an hour to an hour before going live tonight, I was having all manner of dramas again, because technology just loves me. Or more to the point, I'm a tech noob. So that just didn't get that just didn't end up happening tonight. So I'll try that for next week. There's that then. Okay, that's mostly orange. Well, there's the red English. That's the red dry brushed, the yellow dry brush. The yellow stands out a lot more on camera, but the red is actually looking quite good. I do need a tech wizard. One lives nearby, I've just discovered, so I'll be imposing upon her goodwill fairly shortly. Yeah, that's not looking terrible. Fairly happy with that. Next time, I'll go through and start bringing out all the metal work and stuff in here again, just to make sure that that all pops and looks proper. Yeah. The underside's a mess still, but the underside's going to be grubby anyway. So I'm not going to You could say I'm not going to worry with it. It's not going to really bother me much. It will eventually, but I also want to keep the underside nice and grotty anyway, because it's just not clean. So that's that's the Sky Lobster for tonight. That isn't terrible. That is actually coming along quite nicely, and I have also not mixed up my paint water and my coffee mug tonight. Don't do that, hun. Joanna just said yet. Yeah, and everyone else has just said yet. Thank you. There's a chorus of doubt. Um, based in chorus of doubt, based in very good fact of previous encounters. But yeah. Anyway, there we go. That is the lobster over there. It's not doubt. They just know me apparently. All right. So the lobster is done for the evening. That flicker is killing me. I got to do something about that flicker. I don't know why it does it. It doesn't actually do it in any other program I use this camera for. It may be an OBS thing. I don't know. I'll have to look that up online. Okay, but over to the whale shark. The mighty, fearsome whale shark. Natural born predator of the skies, this whale shark. Except for the fact it's not at all an airborne thing. And yeah, it's bugging me too, Cinder. I'm really sorry, mate. So I could try the other camera again, but the other camera, see, it's flicker, occasional flicker from this camera, or I could use the face cam, right, which has auto zoom problems. The moment, for whatever reason, it's used in the main user's hobby cam, it does the auto zoom bounce and autofocus. It bounces every now and then, enough to be irritating. So I don't know, mate. I'm gonna have to try and get someone in who knows what they're doing with technology. I used to know what I was doing, and then I got old. I suddenly I turned around and I didn't know what was going on. Very frustrating. Very frustrating to be at one stage highly tech savvy and now very much not. But still. Alrighty, so whale shark time. Got to tidy up the shark on the other side and do the rest of his teeth. Teeth's time. And where is that? Where is... Hang on, it's not the light that's flickering, is it? Alright, where's my grey? Fantastic. Alright, back in a moment, people. I have to go get the grey. Oh, why did that hurt so much? Okay. I'm back, and hang on. No, there is no coup staging. There's no riots. Thank you very much. None of that. None of that. Okay, I can't remember which of the two greys I used for the teeths. I'd say it's probably this one. And if I'm wrong, oh well, no one's surprised.
Good night, troops.
Oh, Joanna says goodnight. And hopes you have a good time. People say goodnight back at you, hun. Okay. Teefy times. How the hell did I do that last time? Okay, I did it this way. we're into the second hour, so I'll try this again. For those of you who would like to, we'll do the AMA routine once more. So, hobby related or nerdy type stuff related things, go for it. Ask me some questions, people. Throw questions my way. Give me something to discuss. Try not to make it too political. I think we're all kind of over that at the moment, so. I think they figured it out to be about 11 metric tons over a 6-hour period, skits. So that's a fair bit of wood. Well, I've learned from my errors last time, and the teeth are a lot easier this time around, or at least the pattern so far is not a complete schmozzle. And then, as he says that, he makes a mess. There we go. That's a little better. I just have to go in there and tidy that bit up. That's okay. That's just the way this sort of pattern is done. It's just a lot of go back and forth, tidy up, tiny little bits of tidy up. But as you can see, it's kind of working again, which I'm rather pleased with. Jesus, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that everyone thought this was a good plan. It's so delightfully dumb. I was also thinking I could always make the other side winking, but I don't think I'll do that. That's a little bit silly. And besides, I'm enjoying the whole happy shark routine. It's just kind of nuts. I, mind you, in creating the other side of the other eye, winking nubbins. In creating the other side, the other eye, it starts with a wink pattern anyway, so we can see how it looks. I think it's going to look particularly silly, but we could try. Alright, so teeth are coming along. That actually looks really, really chompy on the front now, doesn't it? Look at that. Nom nom. So chompy. I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave the guns in there painted red. Like, the Grots have made a conscious effort to make this as sharky as possible, so they've gone and left the guns red. I think that is an orky thing to do. I'll paint maybe the barrel a bit, just because they're kind of. I'll see. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it looks. But yeah, it's rawr. Om nom nom. The shark. That's grand. Alright, I'll tidy that up a little bit, and then I'll do the eye. How was I going to tidy that up? With the red. The red. Oh, red metallic paint, I can do that. The red is over there again. Smart man. A smart man would have grabbed the red on the way back with the grey, right? Nah, didn't happen. Alright, try it again. No coup for you. I saw that. Oh, great. Xenomorph's in as well. I'll leave you for a couple of seconds. The coup. The Council of Ducks. Take over. It really couldn't be worse than what I do anyway, so. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Xenomorph said, oh, no, 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 no. He's out. He's out. I don't think you have a solid foundation for a proper revolution here, Skits. You're going to have to go print more flyers. Okay. Tidy up the teeths. The business cards do count. Now I'm stuffed. Chalk and Xenomorph, whoever the mysterious Xenomorph is, wanting to stage a coup. Well, bugger. What would be really funny is if either of you happen to jump on. The next time I stream, it's just not me. It's Skits or Chalk sitting here going, so, coup was successful. Yeah, I have no idea who Mr. Xenomorph is. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out, Chalk. It's a game at the moment. It's a slightly frustrating one for me, but I'm trying to figure it out. The fact that you know who they are, Chalk, gives me a couple of clues. I'll think on this a bit more. Okay, that's looking all right. Yeah, glad you found that funny, Chalk. That's fantastic. The annoying thing is, it's vaguely familiar handle. I do remember it from somewhere. I've just noticed I've been handling this model so much and wearing the blue off on the top. How unfortunate. I think I still have business cards that still say I'm a mayor. Oh, that doesn't help me at all. Anyway, Chompy Face is coming along. Chompy, chompy, chompy. Wish I could. There we go, on that side. And on that side. Alright, chompy chomp. A little tiny bit of extra touch up on the front there. Now they've got the right red. That'll make it easier. Nope, too much red. Too much. Cool. Alright, and now for a bit of green on the bottom, and then I can do the eye. Oh, the green. Yeah, that's that one. That could have been average. This is really horrible green, by the way. I think I whinged about it last time. I really do not like this green, which pretty much makes it perfect. There we go. Little tiny bit of touch up there. Go make it all look good. Alpha Delta Bacon motto? Populist. What is going on? What are you doing, Mr. Xenomorph? What are you doing to my brain? Alpha Delta Bacon motto. Alright, I have no idea. Alright, there's that. That is that is the chompy face pretty much done. If I could just get this on camera properly for a moment, damn it. There we go. That's all the teeths. Is that light looking worse? No? Just my eyeballs? Okay. Alright. Now for the second one. Huh. I'm not sure I like this conversation. And yes, great. Okay. That's looking bluer than it was before for some reason. Alright. Doesn't matter. Okay. The other eye. Oh, that sucks. There's detail on the other side. There's this little grill on the other side that wasn't on this side. I mean, it's obviously you can eyebrows, yeah. I can work around it. It's just going to be irritating. All right, here we go. All right. No, not that one. That's dead. Let's go back with this one again. Is it eyeballs? Let's see. Okay, that would be the winky side if I went with wink. I don't like the wink look. It looks silly to me. I mean, it already looks silly, but that looks particularly silly. Hey, Flynn, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Briefly bring up the speed. Been working on the lobster, looking multicolors. You know, looking quite. Done some yellow dry brushing and some red dry brushing, and I put some orange on that I'm not really keen on. But yeah, worked on the sky lobster, and now I'm finishing off the face on the whale shark. And you're right, it's not a serious model, but I do have to at least like what I'm looking at, so I'll just go with both. Give an eye on both sides, I think. Okay. What is with? All right, okay, that's just a mark. Right, I can live with that. Okay, the eyes are not equal. This is the bit that's going to really, really annoy me. Trying to make them look roughly the same dimensions is not going to be terribly easy. But it's going to be worth it once it's done. But how you doing, Flynn? What's happening on your side of the world? Over here at the moment, everyone's just. There's been several attempted coups because you keep walking away from the desk, and general delight in attempting to break my mind. Admittedly, not a hard task. Oh, good. Well, glad you're going well for a Monday morning. That is most excellent, Flynn. Very, very good to hear this. Oh, did I just fluke it? I think I just fluked it. That's pretty close. Wasn't expecting to pull that off. I thought you're gonna get. I hate that flickering camera. Just that's making me mad now. Now that I can see it. Anyway, I thought I was gonna be retouching this like a dozen times, but those two eyes are mostly okay. They look pretty much this similar dimensions. I'm quite pleased with that. He says, realizing that he must now try and do the same with the black pupil. Okay, sure, sure. Or as Chalk would say, good, good, good. I don't really want to do this. I really don't want to do this. Alright. Start small then get bigger. Yes, but we're not discussing my plans for world domination, Zinda. We're talking about irritating black paint. And that is an issue. Alright, so that's the rough shape I want to go in. Right here. Thank you, Flynn. Actually, now that I think about world domination, I've had a look at the world recently. I don't want it. You can have it. It can be someone else's problem. Yep, that sucked. Plus the fact we got that grill in the way. Alright, well that's okay. I've gone, actually, you know what? I've done the opposite, Cinder. I've gone big so I can trim it down small. Right now, we got one nice eye, and then this the crazy eye. This is where he's wigging out. This is caffeine eye. That's what that is. Yeah. The cheerful blue overlord as opposed to the Cheeto overlord. But we won't go there. That's bad, Murray. I said I wasn't going to do that. Move along quickly. But yes, the cheerful blue overlord. This could work. This would go. This would work. Okay. All right. Okay. Now to try and fix is the eyeball, which is a trick. Oh, and just because I want to distract myself from how irritatingly difficult this is becoming, I recently borrowed a couple of movies off a friend. They're terrible movies, and we know they're terrible, but they're going to be very fun to review. The first one... Hang on. Let's just try to get that. That looks pretty good. The first one is the D&D movie. Dungeons and Dragons, the movie, with Jeremy Irons and one of the Wayans brothers in it. It is, quite frankly, horrendous. It is a truly terrible film. And I'm very much looking forward to reviewing it for people. Because I get to be angry about something. Legitimately, in some ways. No. The D&D, yeah, there's a D&D movie. It's just called Dungeons and Dragons. And it's got Jeremy Irons in it, one of the Wayans brothers, I can't remember which one. Someone else. Got other people, and it's truly an appalling movie. No, I haven't been talking to Swoosh Chalk. I haven't spoken to him in ages, actually. But that I just always wanted to review that movie because it is so very terrible. It's one of the few movies I managed to get my money back for. When I want to subject, okay, that eye's been stuffed up. He's gone from extremely large people to very small. But yeah, it's a shocking film, and Jeremy Irons has publicly despised it. He's not he's not shy in saying how much he hates that particular film. What's the other one I borrowed? Gotta try and remember what the other one was. No, I think my brain's just stuck on that one. Yeah. Well, it's Shadow that I borrowed the movie from, so there you go, Jock. I've got a couple of other ones. Can't remember what they are now. I should go back and grab them. Except I've already been up and down enough. You know it was one of them. Yes, well, yeah, trusting your instincts was a good plan at that point. Funnily enough, the sequel, the Dungeons and Dragons sequel, made on about a third of the budget with no-name actors, much much better. Such a better movie. Actually, an almost quality fantasy film, mainly because honestly, all you needed were hit points to be floating above their heads, and it would have been perfect. It was the exactly correct amount of cheesiness and foolishness in that film to make it beautiful. Plus, the good guys get their asses handed to them so badly you swear it must have been someone's game that they've turned into a movie. Like, the good guys win, but they have a rough time. All right. You know what? We're just gonna have to. I'm probably gonna have to stop at the weird googly eyes thing now, because it looks it looks pretty good, I suppose. Kind of okay from both sides. This side is the lighting. This side is better, clearly. This side is not as good. And see, you got this little point, this little peak of black just in the eyeball there, right? That's actually a slot in the grill. So correcting that is going to require blind fluke. And it's not happening. So I'm just going to have to leave it with that. So yeah, it's actually shadow. There's actually shadow messing with me on that side. But, you know, that's not too bad for what it is. What it is being a very silly idea that I quite enjoy. And I stuffed it. I couldn't leave it alone. Okay. Does anyone else ever do this? Back and forth and back and forth. You stuffed it, fixed it, stuffed it, fixed it. You know, you just gotta stop. You know you gotta stop before you make it worse, but you can't because you think it's already broken. Okay, okay. Okay, I think that's okay. I think that's okay. There we go. So damn happy shark face. It is the happiest whale shark. It is so pleased to be. He is so happy to in the sky blowing stuff up. That is the happiest aircraft in the sky. That one. Okay. So, where to from here? More medals and details. I'm just nervous. Noom. Exactly. I will noom. Noom. Growing up, no intention of doing that anytime soon, eh? Now, I am a little nervous about putting extra um, silvers onto this, just because I don't want to lose the look of all this blue. You know, I don't want to detract from how good that looks on the top, but at the same time, there's so much detail here, it feels a shame to waste it. So, not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that. And now he's got his machine gun eyebrows as well. There you go. So there we have. Yeah. Okay. Machine gun eyebrows. Now we've got all these bits. Dry brush the metal bits with a lighter blue. Yeah, yeah. I do have contrast. I do have a blue contrast paint. I could paint all the metal bits blue and then here with a contrast, which would make it a metallic blue. And then I could dry brush it with a silver. Thing is that going to look too just plain strange? Because mixing contrast with regular paints works sometimes. Yeah. Well, let's give it a go. Okay? I mean, I could theorize all night, yeah? But there's no point in that. Might as well just do it. So, go with me, gunmetal. I'll just do it on one side to see if it works. So, I'll go on all the in-between bits here. Make quite a mess. Then I'll tidy it up. Don't worry, everyone. It'll get tidied. Sorry, I was off camera again. But I'll test this contrast theory out on this side. I mean, the blue and silver does look good. I'm just really enjoying my strong blue on the top. Here we go, it's coming along. Now, I had a story from the weekend, my week's holiday in mind, to share with everyone. Now I can't remember it. It's quite a funny situation. Well, I've got I can kind of remember it. I just need all the details right in my head before I tell it, otherwise it's going to sound like I'm making it up. Because we went away for a little holiday this week. It was really, really nice. I ended up down the coast for 3 days. 3 days? Yeah, something like that. And it was really good. It was a very, very good time down there. But a lot of the locals down in that area are interesting down the coast. It's fun. It's a lot of fun going down the coast with this. But you just get to see some very weird things happening. One of my favorite weird one was the dude that was so incredibly high. I assume he had to be high, very high. I'm assuming here, because he rode his skateboard off the pathway at the main beach, down into the sand, and just kept staring ahead like he was already like he was on the paveway still, on the pavement, and just kept trying to rock his skateboard forward and getting really mad and then pushing on the ground with his foot like he was skating or skateboarding. But he's buried in the sand and he's there for ages just trying to move and getting increasingly cranky. It was a very strange thing. I found a couple of excuses to hang around and wait to see how this was playing out. But But it didn't actually get any more interesting than him just getting really mad at the fact that he couldn't skate on sand. Odd moment. That and the girl that was trying to feed the seagulls, and the ibises swarmed her. So she ended up fighting ibis, literally like kicking ibis and taking swings at ibis and trying to fight them off so she could feed the seagulls. That was another odd moment. Very, very, very Gold Coast. Ibis fighter. She's getting right stuck into him too. That one we left. Oh, Joe wanted to go for a walk. And yeah, damn bin chickens is right. But watching her get into a full-on punch-up, it was actually a punch-up with a bunch of bin chickens, was particularly strange. Hey, Dwarf Man's here. Hey, old Dwarf Man. Hope you're going well, sir. Hope you're going very well indeed. Okay, well, that is the silver on the side. You kind of see what I mean by the silver's really going to detract from the rest of the strong blue, and I don't want it to detract from the eye too much either. We got to keep the weird happening here. There's a nest of them. Ugh. I just kind of thought they happened. They're like random spawn event. Okay, that bright silver, I really don't want to detract you from the eye, so I think I will hit it with the blue. Ugh, what's that? What happened to that warp lock? That's terrible. I think I will hit it with the contrast blue once I've tidied it up a bit to try and not detract too much. I'm also just going to go through and hit some of these other metal parts with the much darker bronze. Yeah, the bronze works better. Quite frankly, the bronze is a superior look to the silver, but I might even just go with the bronze. No, I said I'm going to try. I said I'd try the contrast paint. I'll try the contrast paint. I said I would attempt it, and therefore attempt it I shall. Let's finish getting that. The darker metal seems to work better. It's orcs. They don't know what it's just metal to them. What is it? It's called warp lock bronze. So it's probably some sort of sci-fi special bronze. It's not regular bronze, of course. This is grimdark bronze. So therefore it's perfect building material. Okay, I'll tidy that up and then I'll try the contrast and see what we can see. But yeah, watching this woman go nuts on the bin chickens and throw haymakers and try to kick at them and scream at them and everything. That was a unique moment. Everyone's kind of wanted to fight the bin chickens, but I've never seen someone actually engage in mortal combat, so to speak, with the chickens of bin variety. We were all cheering for her. I was just a little... Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, magic metal, definitely. Orcs wish something happened, and it does, but only for them. That's also true. As written in some of the 40k books, there's been cases where, an orcish weapon would be sitting on the table. You'd take it apart, and there's no way for the bullet to go from the magazine out the gun barrel. It's just a solid block of steel. Can't go there. However, they're pretty sure that if an orc would then walk into that room, pick up that non-functional gun, and shoot you with it, because they believed it would. So therefore, theoretically, they could probably make a plane out of bronze without a problem. But Dwarf Man is very correct. A bronze plane would have a very steep glide angle. Very, very steep. Okay. A little bit more tidy up on this. Not too much more, and then I'll try out that contrast paint on it. That's not looking terrible. Although you know what, the silver might just look okay once I dirty it up with the black wash as well. That may fix it all. But no, we'll try the contrast because that might look amazing. And if it looks terrible, I just dry brush it silver again, and then it'll look moderately terrible. But how is Dwarf Man doing tonight? How are you doing, good sir? Hopefully things have started off quite well for you this week. Hopefully the hospitality industry is not its normal murderous, soul-devouring self. Alrighty. Okay, so that's the tidy up on that side. Alright, well, okay, those of you interested in overthrowing me again, would it really be hospital if it wasn't? That's true, that's true. If it isn't all that sort of stuff, it probably isn't hospitality. You're quite right there, Mr. Sonover, Mr. Zenmorph. Helped host Brothers work crew from Amazon. Cooked a lot of food. Well, there you go. That sounds like a big day. Very big day. Anyway, it's coup time because I got to go get some more paint again. Back in a second. I don't know if the council is free, so to speak, but I do think they're a little cheap. That's all I got. But yeah, the Council of Ducks arises. Also, for those of you who joined us a little later, it has been decided that the comments section is known as the Council. Oh, oh Mr. Xenomorph. Okay, angry duck. But yes, the council, the chat box is now known as the Council of Ducks for interesting reasons, which I will not go into right now. But yes, the Council of Ducks, as they are known. Alrighty, so let us try out this blue contrast. I do not have a lot of luck with Xenoducks. That's terrifying. Actually, no, Xenoducks, also known as geese. Anyway, let's try out this blue contrast paint on the silver and see if this is as bad an idea as I suspect I may have had. You see, the whole history of the idea of the Council of Ducks. See, there's a phrase, Flynn, talk to the duck, or talk to the rubber duck, which is mainly in programming and art circles, animation and programming, games particularly. That you have the idea is that you have a rubber ducky or a pop culture or a you know a pop vinyl or something on your desk, and you talk to it mainly to explain a problem you're having with a program or why it doesn't work. And as you explain yourself to the duck, you will quite often realize what is what has happened or where you've gone wrong, and so therefore talking to the duck basically helps you fix the problems. And this is a surprisingly common method of dealing with sometimes IT things, mainly programming stuff, or just explaining a situation in such a way that even a rubber ducky would understand it helps you fix your problem. And whilst you guys have not really helped me fix any problems, so to speak, I do consult the duck, the Council of Ducks, regarding coloration, color schemes, building ideas, that sort of thing for my minis. So, hence, you are you are all known as the Council of Ducks, and of course, immediately everyone ran with quack jokes, which I'm also quite happy with. I am talking for myself. You don't create problems. I create my own problems. Thank you very much. You know, you just all stand there and cheer me on. That's all. Alrighty, that is okay. That's the blue. I think I think it works. I think that silvery blue does actually work in this case. At least doesn't look terrible. Yes, thank you, Chalk. I'm glad you'll be quoting this. And yes, Cinder Pidgey does make sure that I do not use instructions when I build my models. And yeah, the metal blue or the blue metal, metallic blue. I think it works in that case, in that engine area. I don't think it's going to work in directly in the front, but I do think it works on the top. I'll do the underside as well, but I'm thinking that is playing out okay. Thank you for your suggestions, as usual, Council, or at least responding to my ideas. I wonder if I actually had a truly bad idea, whether you'd try to stop me or just watch me set my hobby life on fire. I suspect I'd be on fire. Thank you, Chalk. Thank you, Cinder. Yes. Okay, that's true. Skits would actually be having fits, absolute fits, if I was having a truly poor idea in chat. Actually, speaking of fits, which I'm going to end up giving skits fairly soon, I am going. Oh, this is going to suck, but oh, sparkler dust, yes. Um, I am going to attempt some hobby modeling, but putty stuff. Gonna attempt to modify a model with modeling clay. I have never attempted that before. Ever. No, no, I did. I did once. It was such an unmitigated disaster, I ended up throwing the model in the bin. That model was never seen by anyone. So, yeah, I'm going to be adventuring in the direction of possible hobby failure. So, going to be playing around, and not only that, it's a fairly hard to get hold of model that I want to modify. This is not a common or easily obtained model at the moment, particularly in Australia. It is not common at all, actually. It's only available in a fairly expensive large box, and there are not that many of them made. So, we'll see what degree of disaster that turns out to be next time. Next hobby session, number, what is that, 9 or 10? Might be, I don't know. Don't know what hobby session this is. I can't see my little, I don't have feedback on my page at the moment. I can't tell which session this is. But anyway, yeah, next time I'll be doing some of that. But also, oh good, this is 9. Next one's 10. Okay, so number 10 we'll have some milliput adventures, and also we need to figure out what I'm going to build. Shall I go and get some 40k Orky lads and build some ground crew for this particular air force? Do I dive into the Titans I have? Shall I build a Warhound Titan on this scale on camera and without instructions? That'll be an entertaining time. Or shall I do something else? Shall I dive into another hobby project? What do you people think? What does the council say? What does the Council of Ducks suggest at this point? And I could actually, I'm also, on that note, I'm also thinking about, getting some Mechanicus stuff or something interesting, something different to do on camera. So, Skits is going to lose it if I try to build whatever I'm building will not have instructions. So whatever it is, I'll read the instructions once and then forge ahead. Titan it is. Okay, so far it's a vote of one vote of Titan, and the other options are some other model from the 40k range, probably Orcs. Oh, that's 3. That's 3. I don't know how many people are on the council tonight. So again, I got to update my OBS stream. I can't tell how many people are here, but 3. That's 3. 3 for the Titan. If anyone else has a vote, now would be. What, do I have a Titan? Yeah, I got a Titan. I got it's around here somewhere. Maybe it's in the Titan box. Hang on, let's see what I got. Hang on. Hopefully this won't completely collapse and kill me. Ah, that's awkward. Okay. Alright. Do I have a spare? What have I got? Oh yeah. Oh, hello baby. Yeah, we have Titan. I have a Titanicus Warhound Scout, and that's this is all I've ever done. This is as close to reading the instructions as I've ever got. So, if you like, that is what I can have a look at. Wow, that's awkward. That is what I can have a look at next week, next Monday. Ow. There we go. That was so awkward. But so yeah. How many pieces? Oh, hundreds. Not hundreds, but 70 or something. There's a lot of bits in a Titan. And we're 4 for Titan. That's 4 for Titan. Yeah. There's a lot of parts in a Titan, even just for the small ones. Then you get up to the Reavers, and then you get up bigger after that, So yeah, that's going to be an interesting time. Four for Titan, and there's no other votes. So it looks like next Monday I will be constructing a Warhound Titan blind. Well, not blind, but with absolute minimum instruction options. Skits may not be online for next week. I hope she is, but she may not. Oh dear me. But that horror story aside, I'm so sorry, Skits. Anyway, this is so. Here's where we made it with with the whale shark. We've got both sides of the happy face on now. That's a lot of choppy teeths, um, and we're looking pretty good with the blue metal. That was good. That worked out better than I thought. Actually, that's quite nice. I'll be able to go and update quite a few bits of blue metal in and around. The other things like the exhaust are probably going to end up a dark metal, but key elements like the probably that middle bit there, and we've got some struts and stuff at the back. At the back. So, but yeah, I'm really quite happy with that one actually. I didn't get onto the little ones, little guys. Got to figure out what I'm going to do, little guys. You know what's really frustrating? Let's get in nice and close. There's actually a fair amount of detail on this tiny little model. Look at it, little tiny baby grot in a bomb. It just it requires more effort than I was ever going to intend to put into this. And you can actually see the little bugger, so I'm going to have to paint him up properly too. Wanted off camera again, didn't I? Sorry, everyone. Look at him. So yeah, I'm going to have to do something about that. Oh, and it gets better. It gets better, right? They're all different. Look at them. Every single one of these little tiny bombs is a different design. I mean, seriously. The sculptors and the designers for these minis must have had a ball creating this stuff. Must have had an absolute brilliant time building and designing these minis. That would have been incredible. Okay, so there we go. Thank you very much for everyone joining me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. It ended up much better than I thought it was going to end up, with all the dramas and difficulties at the start. But yeah, that went well. I've had a lot of fun painting these up. Very good talking with everyone again. And next week, yes, we'll be building a Warhound Titan. Flying by the seat of my pants. And I'll probably build one Titan and do a bit of painting if people want, or I can attempt two Titans in the one evening, because you get two Warhounds in the pack, in the box set. So that could be good. Or it could be a disaster. We'll see how that plays out. But anyway, as usual, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your input and your chats. I hope everyone is going to have a great week, that you get some time to both watch a movie and do some hobby, and I hope it is a very, very good week for you all. Okay? Thanks everyone. Take care, and I will see you next time.